Nothing compares to gathering around a warm fire at the end of a cold winter day. This past December, we installed the Blaze King Princess catalytic wood-burning stove. A catalytic wood stove has a combustor inside of it that can be engaged when the thermometer indicates that it is in the active zone. Essentially, the smoke is then burned as fuel in addition to the wood. As the fire enters a catalytic burn, efficiency increases and emissions are drastically reduced. As a result, burn times can easily last for 8 hours or more without reloading. It took us just under 2 months to prepare the space for the stove installation, so I'll show you some of the process we went through. We started up at the top of the chimney because the brick here was laid incorrectly and was falling apart, and we were running out of warm weather. Mortar requires a warm enough temperature in order to cure properly. Down below, we needed to renovate this entire corner and remove the gas space heater. I started by taking the chimney down back to where it was good enough to work from and built it up from there. My neighbors donated me these bricks for the cause of rebuilding that back chimney there, which I've started. And we'll see, I should be able to get quite a bit done. Okay, I took it down, I got what I needed. Some there and some I put over there already. 42 bricks should do the trick. We'll see. I haven't really filmed any of this, but there's the last 2 rows of my chimney up there. It takes a minute to get all that up there, but I'm going to start, hopefully finish today. Capped the gas and pulled out the old unit. Discovered that there is brick in that corner on a 45-degree angle, which is kind of cool, and that pipe is vented out it. So the chimney is going to be an interesting angle. Got out the bricks. Check out that wallpaper. The wallpaper's in pretty good shape. Not really, but honestly, kind of. This room is still red and yellow. It still smells like cats. So we've got a lot of work to do in here. Demoing the hearth pad was full of discoveries. There was brick, and underneath the brick was plywood. Underneath the plywood was floral 1970s carpet, still in great condition. The next order of business was removing the 18-inch drop ceiling, going back to the original plaster ceiling above, which was also full of discoveries. We needed to bring it back to the original height so that our new double wall stovepipe would have enough clearances by code on all sides. Our eventual plans in this room are to take all of the paneling off and restore the plaster walls. But by removing the drop ceiling, we had to blend the walls up into that section, so we got a head start on removing some more paneling and getting the walls to look even. Depending on the extent of the damage to your walls, you can do up to 3 coats of plaster before you start doing the finish coats of joint compound and topping. You can then do as many finish coats as you want or have time for to get the desired smoothness you're after. I did about 5 total coats with sanding between the plaster and the finishing to get the walls smooth enough to be ready for primer and paint so we could get the stove installed. This also included mudding and taping the new sheetrock in the drop ceiling area. Not all projects have deadlines, but this one did have quite a few tasks that needed to be done in a short amount of time before the stove showed up. The day it arrived, the chimney liner was prepared and wrapped in insulation, then installed into the old chimney, making it up to code and safe to use. Getting that liner past the curve in the 45-degree bend to the stove inlet was probably the most challenging part of the whole thing, but it finally came together and we got the whole thing hooked up.
I also like to warm the chimney up a little bit.
First fire. Burning on high without the catalytic converter.
See the whole room reflected in it. What do you think?
We just had our Blaze King Princess installed yesterday. So this is the second night of burning. And it heats our house a lot better than the little gas unit that we had before. And really, like, before we had this, we didn't have anything because we'd taken the old unit out. So you'd have to wear your coats in the house in order to feel comfortable. But now you can go anywhere on the main floor pretty much, and it feels decent. Of course, when you're in this room, it's super warm and nice, but just the other rooms, the kitchen and the living room, feel really good. So we're enjoying it.
So this has been our fourth winter here in this house, and having this wood stove has definitely made it by far the most comfortable, the warmest winter yet.
Absolutely. I'd say the verdict is in that we're really happy that we have a wood stove. It's transformed the house from just feeling like an old house to now it's actually a comfortable home. We burned pretty much, and Indy loves it too. She's always laying around it every day.
Oh yes.
And I don't know, we've burned 24/7 with it, minus maybe a few days. This week actually we had it shut off for about 3 days. So we just cleaned it up really good, cleaned the glass, got most of the ash out of there and lit it back up because it's gonna get cold again tomorrow. But we do fires 3 times a day.
Yeah, it kind of worked out nice. We kind of got on a good schedule. First thing in the morning we could light a fire, and then in the afternoon when I come home from work I'd get it lit back up again, and then right before bed. So 3 times a day. Then it'd make it about 8, sometimes up to 12 hours. And it was really good.
Yeah, and right there I just turned the catalyst on so you can see the flame starting to change, getting that secondary combustion cycle going. But because of that catalytic combustor, it allows it to really burn for long periods of time. I don't know, any other thoughts on it?
Just gonna talk about the, okay, one sec, we got to not playtime right now. The temperatures. So in this room that this stove is in, kind of its hottest temperature it would consistently stay at is like an 80. Honestly, it felt okay though. I mean, you wouldn't want to sleep right by it. And then like the living room and the kitchen, they would stay just right under 70. Honestly, it just felt really comfortable. I will say in January when there was the coldest weeks, it did get kind of cold in here. Like the temperatures dropped on average 5 to 10 degrees in all the rooms.
Yeah, and our plan to overcome that, we're going to install mini splits in the bedrooms upstairs and then the living room downstairs. But the idea is those will be our cooling in the summer, and then in the winter we can use them to overcome the really cold days to help supplement the stove. But the stove is going to be, and is, our primary heating source. So 10 out of 10 would recommend. If you're looking for a wood stove, Blaze King is a great way to go. The Princess is perfect for our house, about 1,400, 1,600 feet. They do have bigger models, they have smaller models, and really I don't think you could go wrong.
Yeah, agreed.
So thanks for watching, and hopefully you found this enjoyable, and we'll see you next time on the next video.